Welcome, everybody, to the X8 NA Losers Bracket pre-show. My name is Nightfire with 2 E's. I am joined by my co-caster, Yellow Hat. We are 20 minutes away from AESIR and REKT battling it out. For those that have been tuning in and patiently waiting for the start of this series, just a little heads up that it is about 20 minutes before we do jump in to round number 1. And for those that are just tuning in, wondering what they've stopped by for, this is X8, a 5 versus 5 heroes shooter. 2 teams battling out against each other in an effort to plant a siphon at an objective. There are 2 objectives, multiple maps to choose from. It's a lot like similar games like Valorant or any other sort of search and destroy style game you may be familiar with in the 2D space, but in virtual reality. And it's a lot of fun to tune into. It's a lot of fun to watch the best battle it out. And Yellow Hat, just real quick, how are you feeling today? I mean, it is, again, AESIR versus REKT. It is a pretty hype matchup within the community.
I truly think, first off, hello everybody, but I do truly think this is going to be, the match of the night. We saw Eternity versus Eclipse earlier, and while game 1 didn't really go the favor of Eternity, Eclipse took that one in swift fashion. Game 2 was a battle for the ages, going into, I believe, triple overtime. Eclipse eventually taking that one, but This is definitely going to be another hype matches. There's a lot of names on the on the rosters you see below that are just insane at the game. Going over on the REKT side, you have Basil and Saikilo, 2 multi Pavlov VRML champions. You got Quicksaber, who's really solid. Sleepy Penguin, who I believe plays for AESIR Breachers, who he'll be going to the VRML con there. Akari's another solid player. Neuro, just insane at every VR game he touches. And Hero also, a force to be reckoned with over in the Breachers and the Contractor scene. And then over on AESIR, you've got Hotline, Featherith, Red, who's a really, really solid player. Blade and Determined Fear, who also, are really good. Same thing with Solo. And I mean, everybody that you see in this lobby, is insane at VR. Let's put it that way. There's no getting around that.
Yeah, they have a track record playing within the VRML, and for those that don't know what this is, it is a regular season sort of thing. So these teams have been playing for 13 weeks of a regular season. They've been getting matched up against opponents over the course of that regular season every week, and they've been winning or losing. When they win, they go up in rank. When they lose, they go down in rank. We then took the top 8 teams from the regular season and matched them up against each other in a double elimination tournament-style bracket. And now we're into the losers bracket. This is where AESIR and REKT have found themselves. And I think if we look at the stats of both of these teams, Yellow Hat, it certainly is not where I anticipated AESIR and REKT to be. I didn't think we'd see both of them fighting for a chance here in the losers bracket.
Yeah, I mean, again, these are 2 top caliber teams that compete in multiple different VR leagues. And, they have some of, honestly, the best of the best in VR currently as it stands. So, I mean, this is going to be a fight. This is going to be a very, back and forth. At least I'm expecting, before I jinx anything here. But, the stats are there. I mean, a 10-1 record, a 10-2 record.
Yeah.
Yet they're fighting the losers bracket. I mean,
yeah.
It's going to be a battle.
Rank 1 and rank 3 in the regular season, and definitely not what, again, I expected. But the only loss that AESIR has had was to Eternity over the course of the regular season, so it was almost fitting that they then faced up against them in round 2 of the double elimination bracket and lost. So now down here against REKT, who went up against Eclipse, the team that is now advanced on to play at the grand finals. A chance for a potential rematch, I suppose, in REKT's mind right now. They're going to have to climb through AESIR, then defeat Eternity, to then move on for a chance at that rematch against Eclipse at VRML Con, which is something we also got to be touching on. Obviously, it's all it's what's on the line here at the end of the day as well. These teams are competing for a chance to be one of 2 teams that get flown out a trip free to Denver, Colorado to play their grand finals live on stage at VRML Con July 20th and 21st. It's an awesome opportunity, only possible because of the support from Thirdverse, the developers of X8, coming in and sponsoring VRML for our first season and supporting us in flying out the grand finalists, the top 2 teams, to play live on stage. That's all going to be obviously broadcast and streamed on multiple channels. You'll be able to watch it live, probably here and on all the other individual Onward, Veil, Breachers channels, because there is going to be multiple live broadcasts on stage for multiple games. It's again going to be an awesome opportunity that I can't be thankful thankful enough for because of Thirdverse and their sponsorship. So a big shout out to them. HyperX also coming in and sponsoring the North American side, offering up prizes for first and second place. So that's also on the line. The hardware is on the line, on top of $700 for first place and $300 for second. So money, hardware, and a free trip to Denver, Colorado to play your finals out live on stage. Yellow Hat, it's a lot to be thinking about, on top of also all of the nuance of the game of X8.
For sure. And I mean, I mentioned it earlier, but even with all the prizes, with the free trip to Denver, it's not often right now that you get to have a full VR, in-person event.
Yeah.
This is the 4th one in at least the history of VR that I know of that has been done by a tournament organizer. And so, all these teams that you see playing, Breachers and Onward and Veil and X8, they're fighting for, to cement their name in the history of VR esports when you really think about it. And, that's something that very few people have, the honor of saying, I won a VR LAN event. It's not something that everybody gets to say. And, that's something that, to some people means, a whole lot. And so that's, a lot of what these teams are fighting for as well, is potentially the bragging rights to say, hey, I won the in-person event. I am cementing myself as one of the best VR players of all, or best VR teams of all time. So it's definitely something that a lot of these teams, I think, look forward to.
I mean, you want to talk about making a statement. AESIR is trying to do it 3 times. They're trying to do it for Breachers, which they've already done, Veil, which they've already done, and now X8. So there is a bit on the line there. The reputation, so to speak, the trifecta, the triple threat there from AESIR, yet to be locked in. But we'll see. We'll see what we get here today. It's only 12 minutes away before we get into map number 1 of AESIR versus REKT. a best of 3 where eventually we will have one team eliminated from the regular season and one team advancing on to go up against Eternity tomorrow in another best of 3. So it's a lot of X8 still ahead of us this weekend, a lot of X8 ahead of us tonight, and the best, quite frankly, X8 you'll be able to watch, and it is the best. I mean, we are seeing Yellow had some great plays, and where do you see this series going? AESIR, REKT, who do you think is coming out on top as we are getting closer to series that map 1 start time?
You know, I think it is a hard call only because, you know, both these teams are just stacked with the players that they have. And, you know, it's I think the question is, are we going to get a game 3, which I'm feeling like we might get a game 3.
We might, yeah, I think so. It's possible.
And then how many overtimes are we going to have?
Oh, gosh. Are we going to go over 20? I don't know. Okay, we can't say. We can't say. I think I am going to go with the tried and true, so to speak, the AESIR brand, which has already gotten their advancement on through Veil and Breachers. I foresee that they'll be able to do it here for X8, but it's not easy. REKT and Eternity X are tough teams, to say the least. So they have a long road ahead of them yet this weekend. We are going to go to a brief break, though, as we get ready for map number 1, which is going to start in 10 minutes time from now, so you're not going to want to go anywhere. Go get your drinks ready, go get your popcorn, and set up for what is going to be an exciting X8 elimination brackets series here coming up between AESIR and REKT. Don't go anywhere. More X8 coming up.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, fast forward, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out to finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
There's Taquito again, flying out, rifle in hand, catches 1, 2, 3.
Oh no! Big Drill is right on the top place. And there's a double kill that comes in from Cozy from get to the EMP inside. Who's trying to shoot in? Oh my God! No! It's a fast 5, 4, 3. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, fast forward, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out to finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
There's Taquito again, flying out, rifle in hand, catches 1, 2, 3.
Oh no!
Big Rule is right on top placement.
And there's a double kill that comes in from Dozy. Can get to the EMP inside.
Flippin' trying to shoot in.
Oh my god! No! It's a fast 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back, everybody, to VRML X8 Season 1. No longer the pre-show, but the elimination round. I don't know. I guess how do I can't. What's a good elim? Elim round. Does that fit? Yeah, sort of. Elimination round for AESIR versus REKT as we get into the losers bracket. My name is Nightfire with 2 E's. My co-caster, Yellow Hat. It's do or die, Yellow Hat, for both of these squads.
Yeah, I mean, the stakes are on. I mean, both these teams really want to make it over to the con. And, even after today, they still have to fight through eternity to, see if they can get there. But it's going to be a tough fight for both of these teams, as we mentioned earlier. I mean, again, both these teams are stacked with some of the best players in VR. And it'll be interesting to see how they navigate their way through today's game.
Today's game is going to start us on Neo Yakuza to open up the series. Don't know where we're going from then on, but both teams are in lobby, and we are getting ready to dive into our first map of the afternoon. So a quick shout out to everyone stopping by, hanging out, and tuning in for today's NA spectacle. Reminder, tomorrow, the winner here goes up against Eternity, like you said, Yellow Hat. More games left ahead of us still, but these teams got to focus on the now. They can't be thinking about Eternity just yet. They got to win this best of 3 here. If they lose, they're done. Their season is over with. They do not get any accolades. They cannot qualify for 3rd place. They are technically 4th place at the end of the regular season. And at the very least, you want to be in the top 3. After all this work, after 10 weeks, 12 weeks of regular season gameplay, you want to be at the top 3. But I've vamped long enough. Here we go. As we dive into Neo Yakuza for our map opener. We'll take a look at the stats in a moment, but I am curious what they do say for each respective team. If it is a pick that lends itself into the likes of REKT or the likes of AESIR. As we do get into map number 1, I believe it is AESIR on the attacking side, and REKT on defense for our first opening set here in map 1.
Yeah, and so let's see on REKT, we got Akari, Mad Dog, Neuro, Penguin, and Hero, and then over on AESIR, we got Aeronite, Blade, Determined Fear, Hotline, and Solo. An interesting team comps coming out from both of them. Hotline taking a little bit of damage, same thing with Determined Fear, but no worry there as Solo is able to heal them back up. Blade able to take out Hero for the first kill there, getting that opening pick for AESIR, but Neuro answers right back, killing Determined Fear. Blade and Solo both, and Aeronite taking a lot of damage. Mad Dog able to get the kill onto Aeronite. Blade answers right back, though, bringing it back to a 3-on-3 there as they try to make their way over into the site there. But look at this, a flank coming out. Neuro does get taken out by Hotline. Sleepy Penguin takes out Solo, trying to see if they can find the second one there, but Blade answers back with a headshot, and Akari getting the double, winning the round for REKT.
It's going to be like this all day. It's going to be close back and forth. We could be in for a long best of 3, quite frankly, which would be fine by me, as we've had some quick series with EU ending in a quick 3-0 and a best of 5 for their EU Grand Finals. And a 2-map series, granted, extra rounds, triple overtime, which was pretty crazy. But still, a 2-map series earlier today. I like you said, I think this is probably our best chance at a 3-map back and forth between what is rank 1 versus rank 3 in the overall regular season ladder.
For sure, and REKT getting that initial pissed around is going to be really good for them, as they, they mostly have armor. Mad Dog's the only one that doesn't have armor right now, trying to save that money there. And we do see the wall going up as AESIR try to take some control of the site here. Aeronite and Determined Fear taking a little bit of damage there. Neuro also taking a little bit of damage. And again, the site control trying to happen here. Hero able to get the first kill, but Solo able to get the refrag. Neuro able to get the kill onto Aeronite, yet Neuro picking up a second one. Can he pick up a third? No, his Determined Fear answers right back. Mad Dog taking out Solo, and now it's Determined Fear versus 2 with 70 HP and a Dream. But Mad Dog, of course, has the rifle, so they do have the weapons advantage there and the player advantage there. 55 seconds left, but Determined Fear might catch Mad Dog looking the wrong way, and he might get a gun there as well. Potentially. He does grab the rifle. Akari uses the ult, and Determined Fear swings and gets the headshot into Akari.
Doesn't need to get the siphon down, and a beautiful clutch coming in there from Determined Fear. A massive clutch, dare I say, as we take a look at that replay. Dodging that ult coming in from Akari. A good read, too, as Akari threw that ult, anticipating that the siphon plant was coming down on that corner. That pylon's still there that whole time. They were fighting, too, giving a little bit of zone control for Determined Fear to work with. Shout out to Solo for placing that before they died. And we're into a 1-1 opening map in this best of 3.
Yeah, and I mean, to lose, you know, what is presumably a little bit more advantageous of a round for you, but it doesn't matter as Nero picks up the headshot on Determined Fear. Before I can even get that thought out, the dude is quick with it. Mad Dog taking a little bit of damage. He's going to fall right back just to, you know, not worry about death there. No damage actually coming into that AESIR player there, but a double peek potentially coming out here, and Neuro picking up another kill there, but Akari does get taken out, and Hotline is low on health. Neuro picking up a third, on par for potentially an ace here, as they're already sitting on 3 kills, but it looks like AESIR potentially have the B site control there. They're on site right now. Siphon has not gone down just yet, but nevertheless, Blade able to take out Sleepy Penguin, which is going to even the score a little bit more, but REKT still have the player advantage. 45 seconds left. REKT trying to make sure that they trade each other out here. We do see a potential peek coming out from, I believe that was Blade. No, that was Hotline. Mad Dog gets a headshot. Blade gets the double kill.
Beautiful flash double kill there, and yeah, Nero's going to try and catch the back. Oh, another connection as Blade snaps. And AESIR are up 2-0 off of some wild plays. Another look at that game-winning replay there, the double kill. Look at that flash bouncing off both walls and then hitting dead center in the middle of that doorway to catch both players there for the double kill.
Yeah, I mean, what a round. It looks like, you know, Neuro's just going to sweep everything, and then, you know, AESIR comes back and says, nope, this is actually our round. Blade 7-2 already. Neuro on top 6-3 for the REKT team there. And now we go into, you know, another round. And AESIR, they didn't win the pistol round, but they're looking strong right now at least. So it'll be interesting to see if either REKT can pull this back or if AESIR start taking off. Determined Fear able to take out Neuro right off the rip. Solo and Determined Fear taking a lot of damage, though.
Big kill there from Mad Dog, shutting down the middle advance just a touch as Blade catches Hero in a 1-for-1. Their ult will go down as they progress forward, advancing and hunting for anyone else on the defense, and they will not catch Mad Dog tucked in. As soon as they've returned back to their original respawn point, they do realize Mad Dog's there. Mad Dog pops out, gets caught in their attempt to refocus back to the siphon, and we're into a 2v3. Akari and Sleepy trying to clutch this up.
Yeah, and it looks like, Akari not able to find that kill there. Sleepy does pick up Hotline, though. Now it's a 1 versus 2. Sleepy with a P90 and a Dream. Not sure if he knows that the player is below them, but doesn't matter as Solo is able to get the kill onto Sleepy there.
Those pylons are so tough to work around if you don't have more than 2 teammates to really shoot them. And even you notice that they have like essentially a dome radius of their effectiveness, where you can't really jump over them, you can't go above them, and so some players will even place them high on certain objectives, so that it's hard to get rid of them. And man, it's just a great zoning tool. I think it's why you're seeing it run on both teams, on Hero and Solo. Even on the attack, you can use pylons to your advantage.
Yeah, Mad Dog getting that pick right away onto Hotline, so a good start for REKT there, getting that opening pick. Uncontested as well. No HP lost over on the REKT side of things, but AESIR taking a nice and slow approach over, presumably towards the A site here, it looks like. And so, minute 20 left on the clock. Blade does get the kill on the Sleepy Penguin. Hero gets the first kill. The second one does peak. Blade picking up yet another on Akari. Aronite picking up Mad Dog. And all of a sudden, now it's a 2 versus 3 for REKT. What was a strong opening round goes down to a 2 versus 2. So it is still anybody's round. And so AESIR actually still have the health advantage here. And it's looking like they're, converging towards this other, towards the B site here as they look to get the Siphon down.
B site in their control rifles in the hands of Aronite and Blade. Armor well and intact on both players as well, and the ult is in Aronite's arsenal if they so choose to deploy it here in this fight in the 2v2 to defend the Siphon, to push them up 4-1 in this half. Definitely would be the ideal opener against this opponent right now, because REKT were looking strong in their early rounds. They're looking to come back here on the peak. Blade catches one as Nero goes down, and Aronite cleans things up as Hero gets picked apart with some good shots from AESIR to lock them up 4-1 in this first half.
Yeah, I mean, AESIR kind of pulling away right now, and they are looking strong. They're hitting their headshots, and, you got to wonder if REKT are going to be able to pull this back, or if AESIR are just going to keep walking away with it. I mean, AESIR, even at a man down, they're still able to regroup, get those trades that they need to get, and they're very, very coordinated, as you can see. There's no doubt about that.
It stands out as one of the strongest, one of the biggest strengths is their coordination. It's across multiple games, and I think it nets them the success that they find in all of these different games. The good flash there from Hotline enables them to fly the corner. Their speed enabling them to push forward and get multiple kills. A dome zoning the back corner of A, and a Siphon getting planted down with 4v2 again for AESIR. REKT getting absolutely overwhelmed by the ability play from AESIR on this round 6 when they had everything they needed, all the cash in hand, and a nice vault kill from Sleepy. Akari finds another, and suddenly we're into a 2v2.
And as soon as you say that, Determined Fear picks up another one, and they should generally know where Akari is, and Akari actually pulling out the Vesper ult there, and the Vesper wall as well, trying to see if they can find him, but Solo able to just get that headshot. And again, I mean, REKT, they're getting these opening picks, like, not even 2 seconds into the round start, yet AESIR are still able to come back. You gotta wonder what's going on there.
Yeah, it's the challenge of defense at the end of the day. And when you have a team like AESIR that is so super coordinated, it makes it difficult to react fast enough because they push in so quick as a unit that you oftentimes have the 2v4, 2v5 effect until the rest of your defense reunites, because you have to split your defense. You can't all be in one place. Otherwise, you really do. I mean, I guess you could. You could guess. You could assume that with how aggressive they've been, that they're constantly pushing A. You could put everyone at A, and maybe that would work, but they still haven't done that just yet, and you see the other two still defending B just in case, considering there has been a Siphon plant there.
Yeah, and Hero and Sleepy Penguin able to pick up kills, and they do spot Aronite, who does pick up one, and we do see Akari trying to go for the refrag there, but they aren't able to get it. Aronite able to fall back. They do have 92 HP and no armor, so this could potentially be a REKT round unless Aronite is able to pull off an insane clutch here.
2 rounds on offense might be enough when it comes to side swap. Like I said, that defense transition can be tough. AESIR will be going on defense as REKT go on the attack after this round. And oftentimes, 1 or 2 rounds on the attacking side can be enough for when that swap comes to net you an overall map win. It's a long road, but it's one that REKT can definitely go through, as Aronite able to get the Siphon down. Planted, the push on the backside coming in. The ult there doesn't connect. Akari finds the kill, and there is the defuse. Would have been a crazy clutch, and I suppose, do your ults reset when you swap? I think they would. Yeah, they do. So you might as well use it or lose it, essentially. So it makes sense to throw it out there after the Siphon plant, but doesn't work out. And we now swap sides. AESIR defend, REKT attack. The colors stay the same, and the scoreboard on which side they're on stays the same. But in game, they have swapped.
Yeah, and I mean, if REKT want a chance at coming back at this, I mean, they're really going to need to get this pistol round. And, they did win the first pistol round, so it's not out of the question by any means. But, you let AESIR get any more lead than they already have right now, and they're probably just going to wind up taking it. So, it'll be interesting to see how both teams kind of approach this second pistol round here. We do see pretty split up defense, and we see Nero trying to go for the hero ability there. Mad Dog takes a little bit of damage, but so does Hotline as as they're trying to take care of that sentry. But we do see Determined Fear launch back with the hero ability, but Nero has time for another one, and he gets the kill. Blade gets the kill onto Akari, though, immediately bringing it back to a 4 versus 4.
Big teamwork there as everybody surrounds the main defender of this middle transition to A that they've been favoring and taking control over almost every round, whether it's attack or defense. Definitely seems to be where the action is. REKT taking a bit of a page from the AESIR successes. Aeronite catches one on the back, looking for more. As Hero pops out, can't do enough healing while bullets are connecting onto the heads of your teammates.
Yeah, I mean, that information that, Aeronite gets there alone from, pushing there, I mean, that's big information. Sleepy does pick up the kill there, and it's a 2-on-2, but, I mean, Aeronite, they don't really know where he is, but now he is the last alive, as actually it was Blade, that was over on that flank, and Blade now in a 1 versus 2 goes for the Siphon. But I mean, both the REKT players patiently waiting, and Blade's going to be able to at least, they're going to tap the Siphon there. They're going to try to see if they can get a peek, but even then they're going to re-tap the Siphon, and REKT are going to be able to run around, and are they able to get it?
Wow.
Sleepy able to stop that defuse from coming in. REKT win the next pistol round, and they are at 3-5.
There's something to say to risking the defuse there. If they had just gone for the defuse right when they went for it initially instead of the bait, I think they could have gotten that. I think they could have stuck that right under the noses of the two defenders.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't necessarily in the position to really, watch over it without exposing themselves a lot or having to push all the way around. So, I mean, that could have been risky, but it still wound up working out in the end. And we do see, look at this aggressive play here. Solo gets the knife kill on the Mad Dog, but Akari able to get that trade. I mean, even the 1-to-1 trade, not going to be great. Hotline picks up the kill. Akari and Neuro both picking up kills, and now it's a 3 versus 2. 3 versus 1 as Neuro picks up yet another with the P90, and we're going on to A site here. REKT are going to be able to take it in swift fashion as Aeronite is over towards mid there. Siphon is going to be able to go down, and we do see Hero trying to, watch that flank there. Aeronite able to pick up a gun, though. This could be potentially dangerous if Aeronite picks up, a headshot or two here, but they might even just elect to save here.
Wow, it is the comeback for REKT. The side swap is everything they need, and to take 2 on the attacking side was impressive. Oh, maybe now they're attacking, so that was 2 on the defensive side. As AESIR are now having having a harder time with defense. It seems to be a similar issue with REKT coordinated and pushing. AESIR not able to get everyone in time to defend. Aeronite finds one, but they're not going to have time to defuse. Maybe they're just trying to do damage at this point. And, I mean, I guess that works, right? A kill and a rifle, it's better than just completely retreating. But what a crazy risk to take.
Yeah, I mean, and they had no armor either, so they're very much at risk to literally any weapon. But even then, just to be able to get that kill and do that economic damage, now the player that they killed, I mean, they're going to have to buy armor, they're going to have to buy a weapon. I mean, that's economic damage done. And so, a good play coming out from Aeronite there, but we'll see if it was enough as REKT are looking to tie this up.
Yeah, they've got control of the momentum right now. Their attacking half is going good. They're very much controlling where the fights are. I mean, it's a great, again, coordination overall coming in as a team. And a missed dart there, it seems, from Sleepy. I don't think they wanted to shoot that one at their feet. And that's a hero ability that they won't be able to get back for some time, and so they will end up rotating outside of B, maybe back over towards A. A very slow rollout here, regardless from the REKT offense.
Yeah, and I mean, in terms of ults, we see Aronite and Hotline both have their ults, so Aronite would be able to find out the position of REKT at any given point. And over on REKT side, you know, Akari only has the ult there, so they're only going to really be able to do damage, not really get any sort of information with that. Hotline also having the ult as well. The Shinya ult, you know, allowing them to go. But as I say that, Hotline gets taken out, but not before dropping Akari, and Solo picks up another kill, but Mad Dog able to pick up another one as well and gets a rifle there. And so now at least one position of an AESIR player has been exposed. Neuro picks up Determined Fear there. 3 versus 2 for REKT to try to, you know, get this round here. And we do see Blade trying to look over on the flank, and Aronite once again on the flank.
A huge rotation from Aronite. Blade catches the next kill, and it leaves Hero alone. AESIR looking to get one of 3 rounds that they need to take this first map in this best-of-3 series. That dart going to be a good dart. Gives them a lot of info. They now know where Hero is. Hero debuffed as well for a good bit of time, and time is the enemy. 10 seconds left. And AESIR can just run this clock out. I think Hero isn't going to end up pushing, or maybe they will in these final moments regardless. Maybe looking for the kills to end the round, but they can't. And now as the round does end, nobody ends up trading. And that was a, well, both teams just trying to hold on to everything that they can.
Yeah, I mean, again, AESIR, even on the defense, you know, you're letting them take this space and they're getting away with it. And, you know, ultimately speaking, I mean, that's winning them these rounds. You know, they're allowed to get these massive flanks and, you know, catch a player or two off guard. And then, you know, as the offense, I mean, you're just kind of, you're stuck. You can't really do too much of anything. But, again, we have, you know, a heavy A defense here over from AESIR and, you know, heavy presence over towards mid. So they want to take that map control early. We do see AESIR actually getting aggressive over on A and looking to get traded. The ult does go down, but, you know, gets stopped. And no player actually taking damage there, surprisingly enough. Sleepy Penguin finally being the first one to get, you know, takes a little bit of damage. We do see the hero ability coming in from Determined Fear. Hotline with the Shinya. Solo picking up Sleepy, and then Hero and Mad Dog both getting trades as well. Blade taking a lot of damage as well, actually going down to Hero. So what was originally a 3 versus 5 now all of a sudden is a 2 versus 2 within the first minute of the round here. Once again, the AESIR defense heavily leaning over towards A, but it's looking like REKT actually do want to try to go over towards B. But we do see Aronite over there. The Siphon actually does go down. So again, 2 versus 2, gonna be tense.
Taking the risk going into the smoke. Gives you a debuff. Doesn't matter to Determined. They'll catch the kill. It is the cost of Aronite's life, but it's a 1v1 now. HP full, armor full. They have to go through the wall. Another debuff applied. They push the corner, and Mad Dog wins that exchange. The quick peek going their way. And REKT put one more on the board. 5-6 in map 1. We could be going to OT here for our opening map in this best of 3.
I'm certainly feeling it at this rate. Yeah, these rounds have just been so back and forth. The trades have been so back and forth. And, you know, that's what you can expect of some of these top teams. But nevertheless, I mean, you don't know who's going to win the round at the end. I mean, so many of these rounds come down to 1v1s, 1v2s. It's pretty insane. And we do see Mad Dog use their ult there to get a little bit of information for REKT as to what the AESIR setup is. Neuro also pops an ult. Sleepy popping an ult. Everybody's popping ults right now. We have some defensive ults coming out from AESIR. Aronite, though, picks up double deagle kill there. Insane stuff. Sleepy does get the trade, but, you know, a 2-to-1 trade, not really that good. Neuro does even the score there as they take out Blade, and the B take going to be coming in. We do have the AESIR defense, you know, right around the corner, though. And Sleepy Penguin going to be missing the shots. Hotline picking up another Desert Eagle kill. And this is just insane coming out from AESIR. Neuro picks up another one. So much action going on. And now 2 versus 2. The rifle gets tossed. We have a rifle and a P90 over in AESIR, and both rifles over on REKT side of things. Hotline picks off one, Hero picks off one, and now has to play it patiently as Solo has to try to get the retake here, but 50 HP and a Dream. Hero just patiently waiting behind the pillars there, but Solo has wrapped all the way around. Does Hero know it? Hero gets cut down to 45 HP.
Oh!
The pre-fire, but doesn't matter. Is Hero going to be able to take out Solo there? And REKT tied up 6-6.
I can't believe the back and forth we're into here. The Hero v Hero there with Solo and Hero battling it out. It's doesn't get much better than this, quite frankly. This is top tier X8. This is what you can expect at VRMLCon, quite frankly, because one of these teams is going to be going, maybe not advancing on. They still have to win against Eternity to guarantee that. But one of these teams has the potential to advance on to VRMLCon to go up against Eclipse.
Yeah, I mean, and it's crazy, you know, these rounds, they just go on, and you wait for a pause, and then all of a sudden it's just non-stop action. We already see Hotline taking a lot of damage. They're on 5 HP, but, you know, as I said last game, a glass cannon is still a cannon. So even though they are very low on HP, they can still kind of do their thing there. And look at the space that AESIR's already taking. Sure, Blade has been taken out, but, I mean... Determined Fear going to be able to pick off one and does have the flank, so now that kind of puts REKT into a bit of a pinch here as we have 2 AESIR members waiting outside of A. Solo picking up a headshot, Determined Fear picking up another one, Mad Dog picking up 2 at the same time, and once again we're on a 2 versus 2. And surely they have to know that, you know, Determined Fear is on the flank. He tries to go for the Siphon Diffuse, or at least goes for the tap, but that's going to force Akari out there. Determined Fear gets taken out, and now it's Aeronite versus 2. And now REKT having to play patient here as Aeronite looks for the kill. Akari goes for the swing, doesn't hit, but Mad Dog there for the support. And REKT are on map point.
It's crazy. I think if there ever was a round to take, AESIR are coming in here looking to take round 14, looking to tie this up 7-7. It is not do or die, but it's at least map 1 do or die. If they lose here, REKT advance on. If REKT lose, we go to overtime. And that gets crazy because then we start swapping sides every other round, and we could go for a while at this pace. You know, we could go into round 20 again, like we did for our first game of the NA semifinals between Eclipse and Eternity.
Yeah, and I mean, look at the ults onto REKT. I mean, Mad Dog just used theirs, so they're going to be able to get the information as to what the AESIR setup is like. But Nero and Akari both have ults there, as well as Sleepy Penguin. But at the same time, AESIR also have 3 ults, and Aeronite's going to be able to use it to get their information as well. We see Akari pop the ult there, and they're going to be using that to get into B. But the decoy goes down, Molly goes up. Mad Dog able to take out Solo, so REKT starting with the opening pick, and they have the information that Determined Fear is in the corner, and REKT actually kind of pulled back, and they're going to shift their focus over towards the A site with all 4 AESIR members over on the B site. Wow. So you got to wonder if they're going to be able to catch this rotate here.
Yeah, this is a good move. They're definitely going to be able to post up, set their camping tents up, and get ready for the retake because they're going to have all the time in the world to get into position. A good bit of an ult there, though, does interrupt the scanner, so it buys time for the rotation. It buys time for Blade to get here. Siphon plants, Hotline finds one, Nero finds refrags, and it leaves Hotline alone with 11 HP into a 1v3. Not what AESIR want in map number 1 on the opening series, but it's exactly what REKT are looking for. An 8-6 victory in the MVP going to Nero for REKT.
Yeah, I mean, crazy stuff, but REKT ultimately pull it out. I mean, you know, they had some really good ult usage. Their attacking side was just pretty coordinated, but I mean, that's no discredit to AESIR at all. I mean, you saw them on their attacking side. They pulled 5 or 6 rounds, and you know, every kill was traded pretty much. You know, every person was double peeking, and I mean, and that's what you have to expect at this top level. And AESIR also, even on the defense, they're doing a really good job of taking this map control, taking that space away from REKT. And the more that they do that, the more that puts REKT into trouble there. But, you know, ultimately, good job to both of these teams. So REKT wow. taking game number 1.
It's what to expect. It is what to expect between these two teams, between the number 1 seed, the number 3 seed. but you look at the matchup history, and you would believe you wouldn't be wrong in thinking that AESIR would be the one that would come out with a 2-map win here to open up and potentially wrap up this series. I didn't think we'd be going to a second map that REKT are in control of in the series. REKT taking that first map. REKT now go to series map for our second map of the afternoon. AESIR have to push us to a map 3. But if there ever was a team to do it, it is the AESIR brand. It is the AESIR squad. They are familiar with playing at a high level and familiar with competing into the postseason of, again, multiple different VRML leagues and games. So I think they have the ability to step up here and put on a solid map 2, but that's a tough map to lose. That's a tough series to lose 8-6 when you are in control for most of that map.
Yeah, I mean, statistically, AESIR have the higher win percentage on Neo Yakuza, so I mean, that's definitely a surprise coming in from REKT, but even then, I mean, this postseason games, I mean, anything can happen, and, to go from a 5-1 lead to a 8-6 loss, I mean, that's got to be tough, and you got to wonder, was REKT just doing really good on their offense, or, is it an offense-sided map? It's there's a lot of things to wonder there, but at the end of the day, I mean, REKT take it home, and, we'll be going into the next match here, and, they're looking to see if they can get that swift 2-0 victory, or, we might be going to a game 3. So more to come shortly, I suppose.
Yeah, more to come shortly as we wait for map 2. It does give us a moment to shout out everyone tuning in and hanging out in chat. I see Cooper Willis, Wisley, is that Wisdy? Hazmat, Squidward, Scorpion, Loomy, Valor, Feathereth. That was a doozy. Emu Shadow. Man. Joshua, thank you all for tuning in, hanging out, and stopping by for what is so far a great series between two very strong X8 squads, REKT and AESIR, battling through this postseason and getting to a point here that has been an exceptionally fun series to watch so far. Map 2 coming up, but while we wait, another shout out to our sponsors, including Third Verse. They are providing $1,000 in cash to the prize pool, $700 to first place, $300 to second place on the line for these teams. On top of that, 2 squads advancing on to fly out to Denver, Colorado, and play their grand finals live at VRML Con. It's an awesome opportunity, only possible because of Third Verse and their sponsorship of X8. We really do appreciate their continued support for the VRML and ultimately enabling us to do what we are doing with VRML Con. It's a big part possible because of X8, so we really do appreciate them for coming out and supporting VRML in Season 1, and can't thank them enough as a sponsor for VRML and for VRML Con. You can get your tickets right now to VRML Con if you want to watch these champions play live on stage and meet them in person. You can go to vrmlcon.com for your tickets right now. They're still on sale. Your chance for a hotel deal is dwindling. You got 3 days left on that one, so you do want to be sure you get in on that, but yeah, it is, again, going to be an awesome weekend packed with the best VR esports across multiple leagues. It's a lot to look forward to. Big shout out to HyperX coming in and supporting the VRML, providing our first and second place champions with hardware, something to fight for sure, because that HyperX gear is high quality, durable, and I can't shout it out enough. I love all of the HyperX products. I use them all. So a big shout out to them. I do think we have our second map here, which does look to be Depot. So, Yellow Hat, let's take a look at the stats and see what we see for Depot between REKT and AESIR.
Well,
does not look good.
Yeah, I mean, Depot, AESIR have played 11 rounds on it and won 27% of their rounds. And REKT, this is statistically their best map. They haven't played it the most, but statistically speaking, it is their best map. So I think both of those kind of aspects come into play here. I mean, Sure, they haven't played it nearly as much as Nautica, nearly as much as Neo, Yakuza, or Bedrock, but you know, you're winning most of your rounds. And I mean, when both of these teams played each other, they didn't play they didn't Depot at all. So that, and REKT have 100% win rate on Depot. And if we look at AESIR, their win rate on Depot is a solid 0 because they've all played it one time.
Yeah, definitely a map that seems to favor REKT this afternoon. We'll have to see how that unfolds as both squads do get into the lobby and slowly prepare for map number 2. I'm not sure what the holdup is. I think maybe we are swapping sides, and so that's taking some time. But it does look like, yeah, we will have AESIR on the defending side and REKT on the attack for Depot, if that's what the colors are showing me here for map 2. And yeah, again, it would be an indicator that REKT chose map. I think I can actually look it up, but teams can either choose map or side, and so I imagine that REKT chose map, and then AESIR chose to start on the attack for Depot. So we'll have to see. Map 2 starting up, though. I've vamped long enough, and I appreciate everyone stopping by for what is a potential 2-map series if REKT have anything to say about it. Not what I expected, but it's all coming down to Depot for map number 2. And for the series, if you are a REKT fan, if you're an AESIR fan, you're hoping for a quick 2-0 comeback, which quite frankly I feel is definitely possible. It's something in the cards. I can see it happening between these two teams, and we are still waiting on the match to start. There we go. Into it we go for round number 1. AESIR, like I said, on the defense, REKT on the attack, and we don't have any roster swaps coming in here, Yellow.
We do, actually. We have Sakila swapping in for REKT. I believe for... I'm trying to remember who.
Aeronite. No, Aeronite's on AESIR.
On AESIR, yeah. Oh my god, I'm forgetting now. What was it? Penguin, Neuro, Mad Dog, Akari, and look at the roster. Oh man. Anyways,
we'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll look at the roster and refresh our memory. But
it was Hero. Why am I forgetting Hero? But
looks like we have some tech issues here.
So we might have to vamp for a little bit more, which gives us time to figure out who's swapping our REKT. But that's beside the point. Yeah, I mean, I think really it's gonna, we saw a little bit of Depot gameplay earlier, and it really seemed to favor the defense more than everything in terms of what at least I saw. So I wonder if we're gonna have a similar trend here, or if we're gonna see some attacker side dominance. Depot being one of the original maps of X8 to come with the release, and doesn't have anything too crazy going on. Not a lot of height stuff going on, but there's some tight alleyways. There's some sneaky paths that you can go through, and there's kind of almost like 2 mids going on. You have the mid part with the truck, and then you have the indoor part of mid. But you'll see some teams kind of take advantage of that, and then both B site there having kind of 2 main pathways. You have a short pathway and then a longer pathway, so it's kind of like this interesting, like almost 4 or 5 lane map in a way. And there's a lot of flanking opportunities if you're on the attack, and conversely too, I mean, I've seen some defender aggression that has really resulted in some surprising plays for them. But ultimately speaking, I mean, I think it's really going to come down to who has the more solid defense, from at least what I understand of this map.
We're almost ready to go. Thank you for the info on Depot, the down low on Depot, I should say, as we do, again, get ready for our second map of the afternoon. If you are just tuning in, you've missed a heck of an opener to this best-of-3 series between the best teams in X8 in the North American region. AESIR and REKT, numbers 1 and 3 in the regular season. REKT, the underdog for all intents and purposes, taking map 1 against AESIR and Yakuza, going 6-8 in their favor. We now head to Depot, this time for real. Hopefully no tech issues. Hopefully we will jump in to round 1 here shortly, but everyone is in lobby, and I am getting the start map indicator here, so we should be getting in to Depot. I kind of want to show off the fancy intro again, because who doesn't love it?
It looks cool. And I mean, man, it's great. I remember Depot used to have like a brighter sky, but it looks like they made it more so nighttime, and it's got all these like really awesome colors and whatnot. So
yeah, it's a very sci-fi skybox. It's really cool with the glowing effects there and the tears and the rifts, so to speak. A hat off to the design team. X8 just coming out with a new update recently, the Jungle Gym update, and they are also just recently, I saw on Twitter, teasing another update they're working on already. So you'll love to see the continued support coming in from Third Verse for their free-to-play game.
For sure. And so 15 seconds left before we get started here. It looks like Mad Dog may have their ult, or may have I believe you purchased them or not. And you know, we're seeing kind of a similar thing to their approach on, you know, map 1's pistol, and they're taking it nice and slow, but they're gonna walk into a double stack here onto the B site. They don't really, AESIR don't really have anybody on B, but they have this double peek going on. And we do actually hear one player fall back, and some shots come out. There comes the ult, and look at that.
Oh no! Oh. That does more damage than good. Yeah, 2 going down from Nero in team kills. Actually, Nero and Mad Dog both going down, but it's 1 for 2, so I guess it's worth something. But still, 3v3 now as Siphon gets planted, and REKT looking to get an early 1-0 lead on the pistol set.
Yeah, that's not totally how you want to start it. Sleepy does pick up the kill onto Blade with that MP9, but gets immediately traded out by Aronite. And now a 2 versus 2 here. And we do see Akari is still stemmed up. Akari picks up the headshot. Aronite gets the trade. And now it's Saikilo versus Aronite in a 1 versus 1. Aronite has to try to look for the player. I don't know how much time they necessarily have left. Saikilo goes for the swing and the kill with the Desert Eagle there, as they're able to pick up the pistol round for REKT.
Here they go in the lead on the opener. The attacking round, getting them an early 1-0 set is solid, to say the least. But I do think we're going to continue to see attacking side be the more commonly winning side. I think obviously it's pretty close as you get to an 8-7, an 8-6 map 1. You go 14 rounds. Yeah, it's pretty close. But still, I do think that we are going to be seeing more attacking round wins than not. And so when the side swap comes, we'll see what we get from AESIR. Heck, when round 2 comes, right now we'll see what we get from AESIR as they do go into it. Another defensive round for them.
Yeah, and we see Hotline here trying to actually get aggressive. It's immediately shut down by Mad Dog with a swift Desert Eagle headshot. Akari picking up a kill with the P90 there over onto Aronite, and they're going to open things up a little bit on mid. AESIR defense now split 2 to, well, actually 1 on A, 1 in the CT spawn, and then 1 over on B trying to wrap around, and REKT have now slowed it down once again. They're trying to just make sure they're doing everything coordinated. Blade gets taken out by Akari again with that P90, and now it's a 5-on-2 here, as we do see Solo trying to go for some sort of a kill there, not able to necessarily get it right away. Neuro with the Desert Eagle getting the kill and a Determined Fear, and now it's Solo versus 5.
Wow. REKT are in dangerous territory of really snowballing this series and potentially finishing this in 2 maps. Something I didn't think I'd see happen with AESIR dominating every other league. They may not qualify through X8. If REKT have anything to say about it here in map 2, a 2-0 lead to start things off. But again, it's the attacking half After 7 rounds, we swap sides, reset the economies, and AESIR go on the attack while REKT defend. And we definitely saw in last map AESIR have a much more higher success rate on the attack.
Yeah, and I mean, Solo, even despite the disadvantage, they were still able to take away 2. I don't know if you caught that cheeky knife trade at the end, but, you know, they were still able to do a little bit of economic damage there. They pick off Sleepy Penguin, and then Saikila trades with them. And then now, as we get into this round, I mean, REKT have 4 ults. Everybody except Neuro has an ult right now that they can use. Saikila can use their ult to get some information. We see Mad Dog using their ult to stim up the rest of their team, and they're just going to swarm in as a cohesive unit onto this B site here. And there's not even really much of a response over from the AESIR side of things, and they've, in fact, actually flanked all the way around, unbeknownst to REKT. But I'm sure somebody will be watching that flank there as we get into the post plan here.
Everybody alive and determined. Gonna change that. Blade finds a kill as well on that backside. Determined going for the hero ability. It gets shut down before it can connect. Maybe they were hoping it to go. A nice headshot over the top. In the meanwhile, look at the retake from AESIR. Everyone here on site. Nero and Saikila completely pushed off. AESIR back in control, but for how long? Nero finds one. Looking for more. Can't as Aeronite finds a double. Shuts things down, and where's the Siphon defuse coming in? Are they going to get it in time? Oh my gosh, it doesn't get much closer than that. It's calculated, I'm sure, but a point into AESIR's pocket here for map 2.
They like, I think they like giving the casters a little bit of worry there. You know, make our blood pressure go up a little bit. But you know, that's all good fun. But yeah, AESIR getting their first round onto the board. Like I mentioned too, again, I mean earlier we saw this map getting played, and it did favor the defense from what we saw. But REKT already pulling off 2 rounds on the offense. I do wonder if that will be enough. You know, again, these rifle rounds are going to be really important. But no, even then, now REKT, they're kind of on an economic disadvantage, and they don't really have any ults either to use here. So they're going to take it nice and slow through mid. We might even see Saikila pick up a kill. Actually, no, Hotline going to be picking up that kill there. Hotline picks up a second one, but Akari able to get the refrag, and they might even be able to try to get the gun there. Interesting spot coming out from Solo here, getting on top of the little pillar there on the side of the door, but you know, that's surely going to be a surprise if REKT decide to go that way.
I don't even know how you get up there. You got to maybe throw yourself up from the wall. It's a heck of a spot to get to, but they are ready and waiting. It's just a matter of if that team's going to work through that alleyway or not. Kari, Mad Dog still alive, and it's a 2v3. Are they even going to push onto that site?
Yeah, look at this, though. I mean, you have Mad Dog already in defender spawn in the corner. Nobody on AESIR is over on B. REKT have so much space here, and Mad Dog might be able to pull off a free kill if Aeronite doesn't check this corner, which gets immediately laid out by Mad Dog and uses their ult as well. So Mad Dog picking up a very important kill there, and both REKT members have rifles at this point. So now it's a matter of seeing if they're going to clear it out. But Akari on the head peak there gets the kill, and what was supposed to just be a scrappy buy from REKT might even turn into a round win unless Solo has something to say about it. And Solo is going to be checking the corners, might even peek, does get the first kill on the Mad Dog, and they surely know that Akari is behind the corner, but it doesn't matter as Akari picks up the headshot.
3-1 in the half. That one could be all they need at the end of the day, Yellow has, so you can't count it out. But it's a strong opener here for REKT nonetheless, going up against AESIR, an opponent that I think they've lost to, they lost to last in the regular season. And it's a matchup that I honestly thought we were going to see in maybe the winner's bracket semifinals versus the loser's bracket, quite frankly.
Yeah, I mean, this is, you know, last time these two faced was a few months back, but I mean, REKT are, you know, they're a game up. They're 3 rounds up right now, and I mean, they're looking strong. As I say that, of course, I have to jinx it because Hotline gets the kill onto Saikilo, so Caster's curse there, 100%. And again, I mean, last round too, we saw Ikari. I believe they got a 3K or a 4K or whatnot. I mean, they just kind of did most of the work. Although I will say, Mad Dog getting that kill on the Aronite and getting them to use their ult. I mean, that was just insane there, and very much what REKT needed. And again, we do see REKT popping an ult here. Molly goes down, but Mad Dog able to get the kill on the Blade, irregardless. Determined Fear responds back with the kill of their own. Sleepy Penguin gets the kill on the Hotline. And surely Siphon's going to be going down soon enough, but we do have some AESIR presence over in B short. Solo gets the kill onto Sleepy Penguin over from Heaven there, and now it's Mad Dog. And now Mad Dog to try to get something here.
Not going to be easy in the 1v3Z as Air Knight, Determined Fear, and Solo all full health. 100 armors on Determined Fear and Solo, no less. So a tall order for a 32 HP attacker, but they may be able to catch the back of one. That's one way to open things up. They're not going to be able to likely catch Determined Fear off guard now after taking those shots. Rotation is in order. A Siphon Plant has to come in. 20 seconds left.
See Mad Dog trying to grab that Siphon, but this player over in B main there. I mean, Mad Dog peeks the corner there, and yeah, they're just going to get immediately taken out by Aronite there, and AESIR are going to be able to pick up another round on their defense.
A solid bit of defense, no less. 2 maybe all they need, but they're obviously going to look for more. They're looking to maybe even tie up this half if they have anything to say about it. They still have got time. They still got 2 rounds in the half before we do swap sides, and so economy management, all of that, at this point, almost dead even, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, as these rounds kind of go back and forth, both these teams have to, really worry about how much they're spending on, not only weapons, but utility and armor. And, they want to make sure that they, are able to use their utility and kind of, there's some util that really works together in tandem with each other. And so, having that available is going to be really important. And we see 3 REKT members on Deagles. So it's looking like REKT are going to be kind of almost saving. We do see 1 on the rifle, so it's going to be a light bind nevertheless. But they're taking a nice slow approach through middle, and they're not going to make that noise just yet, and they might find a player there, and they actually do. Hotline does get taken out. That's going to be a gun for REKT, and Mad Dog only takes 1 shot there, so that is going to open things up a little bit as they work through mid. We do see Solo yet again in that cheeky spot on top of the pillar over in the connector there. You can see the little outline, and Determined Fear does pick up Ikari and gets the second kill onto Mad Dog, but doesn't get traded out. Determined Fear picks up a 3rd, but Sakilo puts an end to that. A nice 3K coming out from Determined. The question is, will it have been enough? Neuro might get caught. Oh my god, this timing. This timing.
Classic competitive esports timing. It happens across all leagues, but it seems as right as you look away, your opponent rounds the corner, and again they are literally chasing each other in a circle until finally Solo catches on.
Sakilo gonna be catches him through the flames there, and so now 1v2, 25 seconds, so not a lot of time to work with, but not completely undoable either. Don't know if Sakilo has a Siphon or if they're going to be able to grab the Siphon, but 15 seconds left. I think they're going to be running over towards B, and Aronite and Blade are kind of on top of each other here, actually anticipating an A, so Sakilo are going to be able to get that Siphon plant for free. Well, almost for free. Don't die. They get the Siphon plant, but the sentry gun does the rest of the work.
It's one heck of a way to defend the Siphon. I watched Determined Fear place that turret specifically in that corner to watch that wall, and I can't believe that it ends up doing this. I mean, to clutch the round,
I don't even need players. They can just use a sentry turret. Is that? I have to wonder. Is that the first time you've ever seen a sentry have such an impact in a
Oh,
round.
100%. That's the most impact I've seen a Sentry have. I mean, yeah, sure, sometimes it holds a nice hallway or something, but players can get rid of it. They can shoot it. They can avoid it shooting them by, like, weaving back and forth. It takes time for it to charge up and shoot. And so there's ways to counter it. The way to not counter is to stand in its line of fire and let it do 3 burst fire shots onto you and kill you.
Yeah, well, Akari able to get that kill on the hotline, but does take a lot of damage, and we do see Saikilo going to be popping the ult, so they know that there's only one player over towards the B side. They're going to be falling back, and hopefully, and for REKT's case, they're going to be able to pop that trade. Mad Dog does get the swing and the hit on the Determined Fear, not even taking any damage in process, so this is going to be a swift B take for the fellas over on REKT. We do have a player over in the defense spawn there, as Solo's going to be picking up a kill onto Neuro, going to be delaying the Siphon plant there. Siphon does get planted. Solo does get the kill onto Akari, and now it's a 3 versus 3 here. Aronite picks up the kill, picks up another one onto Sleepy Penguin, landing double headshots there, and now it's Saikilo versus 3 yet again, having to clutch for REKT. So here comes the swing, and Saikilo not able to get any of the kills.
A good half for AESIR. Is it enough? We'll see. With the side swap on a map that REKT have historically won and a map that AESIR have historically lost, Depot here. Currently, AESIR in the lead 4-3. The question is, how does the defensive half go for REKT? How coordinated are AESIR on their attacking half? Is this a map that they do have coordinated strats for? I imagine we'll find out those answers here in the next few rounds.
Yeah, I mean, this pistol round is definitely going to set the pace here going into the second half. And, you know, it would be great for either team to really, you know, get this pistol round, get that momentum going. And we do see AESIR in full force kind of taking that mid control. And we do, not sure who that is, but they might be trying to also get into Solo's spot. But even then, AESIR taking a nice and slow approach as they get over in towards the mid area there. They've already taken a little bit of damage. Sleepy Penguin taking a little bit of damage as well. And there comes the Determined Fear swing and the hero ability there. Again, more damage being taken by Sleepy Penguin. They are getting healed up by Mad Dog there. Hopefully to full, not necessarily to full. But doesn't even matter. He goes for the peak. Neuro gets the kill into Determined Fear, but gets immediately traded out by Determined Fear Sentry of all things, and Solo gets the pylon kill. So abilities very much coming into play here. And now it's Mad Dog versus 4. But AESIR have gambled and they've gone to B, and Mad Dog unable to get that kill. AESIR able to pick up the pistol.
Solid opener, 5-3. Just how you want to do it if you're looking to start the snowballing momentum in map 2 and take a 2-map series to win the best of 3. That's what AESIR have in front of them now. They have to win this map and a third. They have to take us to a third map. Otherwise, REKT are 5 points away from advancing on to challenge Eternity for a chance at VRML Con 2024.
Sure, and so, I mean, REKT's going to be at the disadvantage this round due to simply the lack of firepower that they have. Hotline does get healed up a little bit, but actually Saikilo able to get the kill into Hotline, despite the fact that they were getting healed. So, you know, as I'm talking about disadvantage, REKT somehow managed to turn that into an advantage. And we do see Determined Fear once again going in for the swing. Doesn't get the damage, though. And Saikilo able to pick up yet another kill. Neuro taking a little bit of damage, but REKT have brought it to a 5 versus 3. Solo does get the kill into Saikilo, as AESIR looking to enter in towards that A site. Aronite picks up the kill onto Mad Dog, and they've brought it back to a 3-on-3 and done, you know, the economic damage there. We only have one player of REKT, actually 2 players of REKT over towards the A site, and you got to wonder if AESIR are even considering really a rotate here or not. And they're going to fall back all the way to spawn. 50 seconds left, and they are in fact going to be going over towards that B site with only one REKT player defending. That rotate's going to be quite some time. And AESIR, again, taking it nice and slow. They're going to wait until, you know, the last seconds of the round there, or just to make sure that they're going to be all together or whatnot. And again, they're just taking their sweet time, not really giving REKT any time to react. But it's going to be all up to this player over on the B site to try to make something happen here as we get into the last 20 seconds here.
A lot of utility used. An ult there on Sleepy, and the double, dude. How does it happen? Sleepy fighting for the team's life as Solo's still here. Takes it back to a 1v2.
Yeah, but they don't have the time. They have 2 seconds left, and REKT are going to win. REKT are going to win the round. What was supposed to be a disadvantageous round, REKT pull off.
Seems to be a common trend, quite frankly, in this series. REKT have been bouncing back when they are down, when they find themselves with a lack of utility. Maybe the off-meta choices finding more success than the standard ones. But either way, it's REKT's style, and they're fighting back every ounce for map 2. They want to take this into, they want to advance on to go up against Eternity. They want the rematch against Eclipse at the grand finals in a best of 5.
Yeah, and look at this. We do see Neuro getting a little bit aggressive here. Kind of being in a one-and-done spot, but might catch a single player off. Hotline does take out Psykila, though, to start things off for AESIR, but Akari able to get that refrag, though. And a little bit of damage does get done to Aronite there, but mid is mostly exposed. But we do see a gunfight going on here. Not, believe it's Sleepy Penguin. I believe. Determined Fear gets taken out by Akari. So a 4 versus 3 now for REKT to try to handle and for AESIR to try to, work with there. But again, they're kind of stuck in mid, although they are together. Interestingly enough, Penguin taking the very aggressive angle there does get a little bit of damage done to them, but they're going to fall back and they're going to live there. 55 seconds left, and we do see Neuro kind of pushing up A long here, trying to take that space. And we have, oh man, this is going to be tight. Akari picks off Solo there, just like that. 40 seconds left. Blade and Aronite versus the 4 members of REKT. They're going to push right through mid into B, over to Mad Dog and to Sleepy Penguin there. They're going to get presumably the siphon plant there, but doesn't matter as Mad Dog's going to be swinging in and he's going to be looking for the second kill, but Blade answers back with a headshot of their own. 15 seconds left. They know Blade is over on B site. Blade has to get this siphon plant within the next 10 seconds. Tries to go for the kill, does get the mantle kill. Gets the 3rd kill as well. Hold up. 5 seconds left, and Neuro needs to play this patiently and not get killed here, but he's going to go for the kill.
Wow.
And at least delays the plant enough. But that was a very good clutch attempt coming in from Blade, but very scary for a second there if you're a fan of REKT.
I mean, it's what AESIR almost do best, is when the pressure's on, when you need to clutch up. You tend to see AESIR step up to the challenge, but an even solid bit of work there from the likes of Nero to back off, not challenge. I mean, they still got into a bit of a fight there at the end of the day, but hey, it is a solid tie game here for map 2. And when it came down to a tie series last time for AESIR, they were not able to win the map.
And look at that, Nero picks off a kill right away, and they're kind of stuck here in this, in this cubby position here. And they did a little damage to Determined Fear, but I mean, AESIR really not going to be able to work with that space too much unless they're going to team up and take out Neuro there. But Neuro does have the assistance on the peak. Neuro's going to go for the pre-fire, tries to get the headshot, not able to get it, so they're just going to fall right back. And this pressure on A might be too much for, AESIR to really deal with. The Vesper smoke does go down, and that's going to allow Neuro to get out there. But Determined Fear picks off a knife kill onto Sleepy Penguin somehow. And we do see the other 2 members of AESIR over towards the B site. So Solo picking up yet another kill onto Mad Dog. And now it's a 4 versus 3 for AESIR.
Got control of the site, or had it, as Psykilo finds a nice clutch refrag. A pillar goes down to put a little bit of zoning around the corner of the objective, but it doesn't matter much. Psykilo finds the kill over the top and keeps it to a 2-2 now, as Aronite and Hotline have to figure out where they're going to go. Where is the siphon? Is it down already? on this site. Is that why the rotation came in so strong? I don't know. But either way, it is, now a 1v2. All up to Air Knight.
Air Knight going to really try to run. They might
have
the
Siphon, yeah.
Well, I don't think they're going to have the time, even if they try to go as fast as possible. 1 second. Oh, just makes it to the finish line, but, maybe a couple more seconds.
Wow, I can't believe it. It doesn't count. I mean, yeah, they were there almost. But another round by time. That's the third round in a row. Time has decided REKT's fate.
Yeah, I mean, if Aaron and I had another
3 seconds,
4 or 5 seconds there, that is a plant down. So a smart rotate, just it's a little bit more time. But REKT up 6-5. They only need 2 more rounds to get out of at least this part of the losers bracket here. Look at that Hotline. Swift action, gets in there, pops the flash. Hotline picking up another one, zooming around with that ult there, and trying to see if they can do even more. But they've very much entered their way into the site, and they're gonna pop another flash, baits out the shots. Hotline picks up a third just like that, and a very interesting round coming in from AESIR.
A good bounce back, a good use of their ults and abilities. Akari able to find one back. Hotline finds the fourth. They need to pick up Neuro for the full ace, but that could be harder. Easier said than done. And oh my, Nero with a double and a triple to clutch it for REKT and put them to map and series point against AESIR in map 2.
We talk about this dude Nero being one of the best in VR, and I mean, you're seeing that right there. Picks up the triple, denies the Hotline ace, and I mean, he's just insane. 1v3 against the odds, lines up the 2 players, takes the swing against Hotline, and takes him out in swift fashion. So Neuro very much being an important factor of REKT's potential victory here as we get into what could be AESIR's final round of this season.
The pressure has never been on more than it is now for this AESIR team. As Hotline says, I'm going to step up again. Buys into the ult. Comes barreling forward, but this time shut down by Sleepy Penguin. They deployed their ult, enabling them to get aggressive. And everybody on AESIR goes down, and it's up to Determined Fear. In a 1v4 against all the utility of REKT. In their final moments, they cannot do it. REKT eliminate AESIR from X8 Season 1 and advance on to challenge Eternity tomorrow for a chance at VRML Con.
Massive props to them. Both teams played really well. I mean,
a stellar series to tune into, and like I've been saying, the best X8 that you can frankly tune into, as AESIR delivers with a stellar series, but their season in X8 is over. They still advance through Veil and Breachers as an organization, so an incredibly impressive accomplishment for them overall, but they lock in 4th in REKT, go on to challenge Eternity tomorrow in another best of 3, where Eternity get one more shot to advance on to VRML Con or have their season finished. A lot on the line, Yellow Hat, tomorrow at, I think, 3 p.m. PST.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, Eternity versus REKT tomorrow. We'll see who winds up going to Con to face Eclipse. Going to be another set of stellar matches, and we're getting down to the wire. We are now officially less than a month away from VRML Con.
Yeah, it's close. It's close. Buy your tickets, get your hotel reservations. You can do that by going to vrmlcon.com. You'll find all of the details there. You can also go, if that's a slow redirect, then go to vrml.com/vrmlcon. That should load a little bit quicker, and that'll have all the links to the hotel deal. It expires in 3 days on the 25th, as well as where you can buy your tickets right now for the convention, a multi-day bonanza of high-octane VR esports, well produced by the VRML team. Me, Yellowhat are going to be out there for multiple games. We've got a bunch of different casters and a great production team working on what is going to be a fantastic show that will be broadcast live here as well. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button. Come back tomorrow, same time, same place, 3 p.m. PST for another amazing series. But that's going to be it for us here this afternoon. My name has been Nightfire, my co-caster Yellowhat. A quick shout out to our sponsors, Third Verse, HyperX, ProTube VR, fantastic stock sponsor that's also supporting us at VRMLCon with an exclusive VRMLCon stock that'll only be given away at VRMLCon. On top of that, we have an exclusive Pavlov skin being given away at VRMLCon, only available to people that attend VRMLCon. There's a lot that's out there, that's in the works, and you're just going to want to go, to say the least. It's going to be an awesome, awesome weekend. But it's all possible because of our sponsors, so big shout out to them. But that's it for today. Again, tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. PST for REKT versus Eternity. But until then, stay classy. VRML is brought to you by Helga, the esports manager, Triangle Factory. Thanks for watching VRML.